The U.S. car market is in turmoil, and experts warn that a collapse is imminent. After years of unprecedented price surges, the used car market is finally starting to see a significant decline. The latest data shows that prices have dropped by the largest month-over-month decline on record, and even famous car makers are slashing prices by over $10,000. Lenders are in panic as millions of buyers find themselves underwater on their auto loans. The situation is chaotic, and the outlook is alarming. The used car market in America has been on a wild roller coaster ride for the past couple of years. At the peak of the pandemic, used car prices skyrocketed, reaching a record high of $31,095 in April 2020. However, the good times have come to an end, and prices have fallen to an average of $29,533. Although this may not seem like a significant drop, experts predict that this is just the beginning of a much bigger car market collapse. What caused the surge in used car prices in the first place? It all started with a global shortage of semiconductor chips, which are essential components in modern cars. This shortage led to a decrease in new car production, as automakers struggled to get their hands on enough chips to build their vehicles. As a result, the demand for used cars skyrocketed, and prices followed suit. Between 2020 and 2022, used car prices surged by almost 70%, making it almost impossible for many consumers to afford a reliable car. But now, the tides have turned. Semiconductor manufacturers have ramped up production to meet demand, and new car production is on the rise. Interest rate hikes have also caused demand for cars to fall sharply, leaving many dealerships with an abundance of inventory. As a result, all car models are likely to face double-digit price drops, with some losing more than half of their value. The car market collapse is not just bad news for car buyers. It could have dire consequences for the entire economy. According to KPMG, roughly $1 trillion worth of new and used cars could be wiped out by the end of the car market crash. This would have a ripple effect on other industries that rely on the auto industry, such as auto parts manufacturers, dealerships, and even finance companies. As with any financial bubble, what goes up must come down, and the used car price bubble burst means that millions of car owners will owe more than what their car is worth. Unfortunately, experts predict that we may never return to pre-pandemic levels, and it could take years for a healthy balance to be achieved again. The current state of the used car market has been influenced by several factors, including the pandemic-induced supply chain disruptions, microchip shortages, and increased demand for personal transportation due to the pandemic. All of these factors have resulted in a shortage of new cars, which has led to a surge in demand for used cars, causing prices to skyrocket. However, the market has begun to shift, and used car prices are expected to drop by 50 to 60% from where they are today. This decline will be significant and quite painful for some. Car owners who purchased their vehicles during the peak of the used car bubble may find themselves underwater, meaning that they owe more on their car loans than the vehicle is worth. A recent study by the car insurance comparison site Cherry found that the U.S. auto market won't recover in the foreseeable future. Leased vehicles are a major source of vehicles entering the used car market each year, but this number has been steadily declining. In 2020, 2.4 million leased vehicles hit the used car market, but that number dropped to 1.2 million in 2021 and a mere 400,000 in 2022. Typically, when a lease expires, people let the vehicle go, but because purchase terms are set well in advance of the expiration date, many people held on to their leased cars because used car prices had surged. However, in 2023, there will be 2 million fewer vehicles coming in from the lease market back to the used car market than in 2020, further exacerbating the shortage of used cars. One of the primary drivers of the used car price bubble was the high demand for personal transportation due to the pandemic. With many people avoiding public transportation and ride-sharing, demand for cars surged. However, as the pandemic subsides and people return to their pre-pandemic routines, demand for personal transportation is expected to decrease. This decrease in demand, coupled with the increase in the supply of used cars, will likely result in a significant drop in used car prices. While the decline in used car prices may be good news for car buyers, it may cause financial difficulties for car owners who purchased their vehicles during the peak of the used car bubble. If they find themselves underwater, they may have difficulty selling or trading in their cars, which could result in financial losses. The used car market is experiencing a significant shift, and it may take some time for it to return to pre-pandemic levels. In 2019, there were 13.1 million used cars on the market. However, this number dropped to 11.6 million in 2020, and in 2022, it hit a low of 9.5 million. Experts predict that in 2023, only 9 million used cars will be available in the market, and it may take until 2025 to reach a healthy balance. According to Harry Hernick, a data journalist at Jerry, the only way the market can improve is if there are no more disruptions to both supply and demand. However, this seems unlikely given the current state of the industry. The pandemic has caused significant supply chain disruptions, resulting in a shortage of new cars, and the microchip shortages have only added to the problem. This has led to a surge in demand for used cars, causing prices to skyrocket. Despite this, the used car market is beginning to shift, and experts predict that used car prices will drop by 50 to 60% from where they are today. While this may be good news for car buyers, it could cause financial difficulties for car owners who purchased their vehicles during the peak of the used car bubble. If they find themselves underwater, owing more on their car loans than the vehicle is worth, they may have difficulty selling or trading in their cars, resulting in financial losses. The decline in used car prices is expected to be significant and quite painful for some. However, the decrease in demand, coupled with the increase in the supply of used cars, will likely result in a more balanced market in the long run. Car owners must monitor their investments and make informed decisions about selling or trading in their vehicles as the market continues to shift. This situation is developing rapidly, and it is uncertain how long the downturn will last. However, some experts predict that the decline in demand for used cars, combined with an increase in supply, could lead to a more balanced market in the long run. Car owners should monitor their investments and make informed decisions about selling or trading in their vehicles as the market continues to shift. The outlook for the U.S. car market remains uncertain, and it is essential to stay informed about any new developments. However, some factors may help the market stabilize, such as improvements in the supply chain and an increase in the number of leased cars entering the used car market. These leased cars are a significant source of used cars, but the number of leased cars entering the market has declined significantly in recent years. In 2020, 2.4 million leased vehicles entered the used car market, a number that dropped to 1.2 million in 2021 and is expected to drop to 400,000 in 2022. This decrease is likely due to people holding onto their leased cars for longer, hoping to take advantage of the surge in used car prices. However, this trend is expected to reverse soon, as more leased vehicles will be returning to the market in the coming years. The U.S. car market is currently experiencing a significant downturn, with used car prices falling at an unprecedented rate. While the situation is uncertain, some experts predict that a more balanced market may be on the horizon. As the situation evolves, car owners must stay informed and make wise decisions about their investments. While the outlook may seem bleak, there is hope that the market will stabilize in the long run.